I'm Aina Kwe bringing you the news, community stories, economics, weather and sports right here on this Friday evening Sunset News. In the news tonight, Namibians earlier today came out in large numbers to see the procession which escorted the body of the late President Dr. Hage Geingob across Windhoek for Namibians to pay their final respect. Forming part of the procession were military personnel and the President of the Republic of Namibia, Nangolo Mbuba, who drove from State House through the Independence Avenue in town. The procession ended at the residence of the late Hage Geingob at Casa Rosalia, where his family received the casket guarded by the Defense Force. The family had 4 hours to pay their final respect, after which the body was taken to Parliament, where it will lay in state until the official memorial service, which will take place tomorrow at Independence Stadium. Members of the public are allowed to pay their last respect once the casket is taken to Parliament, where it will lay in state. However, the public is cautioned to be respectful during these proceedings and refrain from taking pictures of the casket. Moving over to our next story, Cargo Kumba, the company responsible for the construction of unoccupied mess houses, and the Ministry of Rural and Urban Development have filed an urgent interdict to stop a planned illegal occupation planned for the 29th of February, citing disruption in the completion of houses and failure for successful handover to government. These follow threats by Namibia Economic Freedom Fighter and its Commissar for Economics, Michael Amushelelo, of illegal occupation of the uncompleted houses as part of the mass housing project championed by former President Hifikepunye Pohamba. Cargo Kumba, who is the owner of the project, also finds itself embroiled in a legal dispute with the government owing the construction of the houses and their subsequent completion. Amushelelo, in a series of social media posts, has over the months encouraged landless individuals to occupy the unoccupied houses situated in the Ochomwise residential area. Cargo Kumba and MURD, in their application to the High Court, called the actions of Amushelelo and NEFF morally questionable, saying landless Namibians were being given false sense of home ownership. Such conduct, beside constituting an intended abuse of process and misuse of court resources, is an act of moral turpitude on the part of NEFF and Amushelelo, in that they are aspiring a false sense of hope in thousands of Namibian citizens of becoming homeowners, with the knowledge that such occupation would be unlawful and temporary, the applicant said through their lawyer, Adris Oliver Fem. Now, Oliver expressed worries that the NEFF and Amushelelo are placing the landless applicants in harm's way, considering possible interventions on the part of the Namibian police to stop illegal occupation. Moving over to our next story, 2 39-year-old women defrauded the Karibib Town Council between September 2022 to September 2023. In a statement released by Deputy Commissioner Erastus EQ confirmed that 315,000 Namibian dollars had gone missing during the period. We recovered 2,040 Namibian dollars. Ndatolewe Mahafa, who is a cashier, and Mary Mutilifa, who is an accountant, have been arrested and appeared in Karibib Magistrate Court on the 22nd of February. According to EQ, it is alleged that the suspect have unlawfully and intentionally defrauded by fraudulently making cancellations on the system for payment done by numerous community members for services ranging from sale of sand, fitness certificates, prepaid water, building plans, and also removed money from the teller machine, which was paid in cash for their benefits. The suspects were granted bail of 20,000 Namibian dollars each, and the case was postponed to the 29th of April for further investigations. Moving over to our next story, a man who is 38 stole 79,884 liters of diesel on the 7th of December 2023 at about 7:31 a.m. at the National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia oil storage facility in Walvis Bay. The unit commander for community service in the Erongo region, Inspector Eleni Shapumba, confirmed the incident that took place on the 7th of December and 25th of January at about 7:30 a.m. The driver, Simon Shilongo, employed by Skyway Company as a driver in Swakopmund. The suspect failed to deliver the consignment at the destination. The suspect diverted the two consignment to two oil depots in Walvis Bay, where he sold them. According to Shapumba, nothing was recovered as the diesel was already used up by the buyers. Elifius Metro reported the theft on behalf of NAMCOM. Simon was arrested on Monday, the 19th of February 2024. He appeared in court at the Walvis Bay Magistrate Court on Wednesday, the 21st of February 2024, and has not been granted bail. The case was postponed to the 28th of March for further police investigations. The investigating team had identified other possible suspects. They are pursuing all available evidence, and further arrests will follow soon. Moving over to our next story, the Information Minister, Emma Tiafellos, has announced the head of state that will attend memorial and burial of His Excellency the late President Hage Geingob, who will be laid to rest on Sunday, the 25th of February 2024. Geingob will lay in state from later this evening at the Parliament Gardens until tomorrow, the 23rd of February 2024. Just to make a correction, this announcement was made by the Information Minister, Ms. Emma Tiafellos. Ohonet Lage reports.
And heads of delegations will be attending the funeral. First, the President of the Republic of Angola, the President of the Republic of Botswana, the President of the Republic of Burundi, President of Sierra Leone, President of South Africa, President of Tanzania, President of Finland, President of Germany, President of Ghana, President of Kenya, President of Zambia, President of Zimbabwe, President of Malawi, President of Mozambique, the President of Qatar, President of the Council of State of the National Assembly of Popular Power, President of Ethiopia, Her Royal Highness Princess Anne, Princess Royal, who is a member of the British Royal Family, Vice President of Equatorial Guinea, Prime Minister of Lesotho, Prime Minister of Madagascar, Prime Minister of Rwanda, Prime Minister of Sao Tome and Principe, and the Deputy Prime Minister of Eswatini. The following former heads of state will also attend: Joseph Kabila, former President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Her Excellency President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President of Liberia, His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo, former President of Nigeria, His Excellency President Thabo Mbeki, former President of South Africa.
After the break, we return with economic news. Stay with us.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
The Midco Corporation of Namibia has turned its focus on the supply of offal products to Botswana as it seeks to fetch better prices for the product. Insider at Cooperative Namibia Sun have established the move will now see local consumers being deprived of offal products and oxtail. In a notice to local suppliers issued this week, Midco informed its stakeholders that it would no longer be providing agricultural products for sale. The following products are unavailable till further notice. That is liver, kidney, tripe, oxtail, heart, small tripe and intestines, it said. They just gave that notice to local retailers who always buy those products because they have better export opportunities in Botswana, an official said upon inquiry. Justifying their decision to sell to the Botswana market, Midco said its goal was a profit maximization. We are mandated to maximize returns per cut product to ensure that the best returns for Midco and Namibian producers, thus maintaining a diverse client portfolio, is by no means an infringement on Midco's mandate, the company said. The decision to target the Botswana market would, however, not affect the local market, Midco said. Midco also served other markets in Africa that include southerly neighbors, South Africa, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Ghana. We also have clients in South Africa, Botswana, Ghana, and DRC who place orders for various products and, dependent on product availability, are then supplied with the products they have ordered, Midco said. Namibian Sun reported last month that Midco undersold its export meat products by a massive 4 billion Namibian dollars between 2018 and 2023, according to Bank of Namibia. During these 5 years, its local competitors who sell market to the same market ranked in billions of dollars and continued to be financially sound, while Midco relies heavily on government bails out because it cannot fund its operations. And now let's have a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades for 24 Namibian dollars 48 cents, 20 Namibian dollars 93 cents get you 1 euro, 90 Namibian dollars 33 cents get you 1 US dollar, and 2 Namibian dollars 69 cents get you 1 Chinese yuan. Two commodities have increased, that is gold and platinum, with 0.03% and 0.30% respectively, while copper and Brent crude oil have gone down with 0.89% and Brent crude oil, that is 1.59%. After the break, we take a look at our international news. Stay with us.
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
A spacecraft built and flown by Texas-based company Intuitive Machines landed near the noon South Pole on Thursday, the first U.S. touchdown on the lunar surface in more than half a century and the first ever achieved by the private sector. NASA, with several research instruments aboard, the vehicle hailed the landing as a major achievement in its goal of sending a squad of commercially flown spacecraft on a scientific scouting mission on the moon ahead of a planned return of astronauts there later this decade. However, initial communication problem following Thursday landing raised questions about whether the vehicle may have been left impaired or obstructed in some way. The uncrewed six-legged robot lander, dubbed Odysseus, touched down at about 6:23 p.m. The company and NASA commentators said in a joint webcast of the landing from Intuitive Machines opening a new TEB Mission Operations Center in Houston. The landing kept a nail-biting final approach and descent in which a problem surfaced with the spacecraft autonomous navigation system that required engineers on the ground to employ an untested workaround on the 11th hour. It also took some time after an anticipated radio blackout to re-establish communication with the spacecraft and determine its fate some 239,000 miles from Earth. When contact was finally renewed, the signal was faint, confirming that the lander had touched down by leaving mission control immediately, uncertain as the precise condition and orientation of the vehicle, according to the webcast. Our equipment is on the surface of the moon and we are transmitting, so congratulations IM team. Intuitive Mission Director Tim Crane was heard telling the Operations Center. We'll see what more we can get from that. Later in the evening, the company posted a message on social media platform X saying flight controllers have confirmed Odysseus is upright and starting to send data. Still, the weak signal suggested the spacecraft may have landed next to the crater wall or something else that blocked or impinged its antenna, said Thomas, a former NASA science chief who oversaw the creation of the agency commercial moon lander program. Sometimes it could just be one rock or one big boulder that's in the way, he said in a phone interview with Reuters. Now we take a look at our weather forecast for tomorrow after the break.
A voyage along the Great Cosmic Bridge from the launch pad at the Kennedy Space Center to the target of the south pole of the moon. A commercial lander named Odysseus, powered by a company called Intuitive Machines, launched upon a SpaceX rocket carrying a bounty of NASA scientific instruments and bearing the dream of a new adventure in science, innovation, and American leadership in space. Well, all of that aced the landing of a lifetime. Today, for the first time in more than a half century, the U.S. has returned to the moon. Today, for the first time in the history of humanity, a commercial company, an American company, launched and led the voyage up there. And today is a day that shows the power and promise of NASA's commercial partnerships. Congratulations to everyone involved in this great and daring quest at Intuitive Machines, SpaceX, and right here at NASA. What a triumph! Odysseus has taken the moon. This feat is a giant leap forward for all of humanity.
Here are the weather predictions for tomorrow. Tsumeb and Omaruru as well as Windhoek can expect a minimum of 21 degrees, Katima Mulilo 19 degrees, Ruakana 20 degrees and Oshakati 24 degrees minimum. Henties by Swakopmund and Foulfish Bay can expect a minimum of 16 degrees, while Swakopmund can expect a minimum of 18 degrees, maximum rather of 18 degrees. Aranos and Aramsflay can expect a maximum of 38 degrees and Capeman Schwab at 39 degrees maximum. After the break, we return with the sports news. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
In sports news tonight, the captain of the Namibian cricket team, Gerard Erasmus, has dedicated their win today to the late President Hage Geingob. In an X post, he described Geingob as a leader whose support for sport had transformative power. And now let's have a look at the sports package courtesy of Sports Rep.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news and starting off with tennis news first on the WTA. It's the women's side of World Tennis, Dubai International taking place at the moment, and the news from the tournament is that the semi-finals have been determined. And only one seeded player in the semi-finals, and that is Iga Swiatek, the world number one and also the number one seed. It was a number 3 seed, Coco Gauff, that's out of the tournament. She was one of the early favorites. She lost to Alina Kaliskina of Russia. She lost 2-6, 6-4 and 6-2. That was in the quarterfinals. So Iga Swiatek, she safely through. She beat Guanyin Zheng of China, and she beat her comfortably by 6-3 and 6-2. And it is Iga Swiatek that will now play in the semi-finals. She will play against Alina Kaliskina of Russia. Also, a seeded player that's out of the tournament is Elena Rybakina, and she played in the final last week on the WTA Tour, but she was injured just before the game, and she had to withdraw against Italy's Tania Pralini, and she's also out of the tournament. On the men's side, on the ATP Tour, it is the Rio Open that continued, and it's a defending champion and number 2 seed, Cameron Norrie. He safely flew also to the semi-finals. He beat Mario Baravero. He is from Brazil. He beat him comfortably by 6-1 and 6-1. Continuing with cricket, it's the 4th test that started. It is India hosting England. The test series at the moment, it is India leading 2-1, and it's a 5-test series. News from the game is that England won the toss and decided to bat first. It was a difficult morning for England on the first morning. They were 112 for the loss of 5 wickets. So that was at lunch, and it was the new man that replaced Jasper Bumrah. His name is Akash Deep. He made his debut. He's the seam bowler. He took 3 wickets. That was before lunch, and it was England that recovered after lunch. The score around tea time was 240 for the loss of 6 wickets, with Joe Root still unbeaten on 82 runs. And to conclude today's international sports news, it is rugby news. It is the Six Nations that continue this coming weekend. And news from the Scotland-England game is that Scotland announced that Jamie Ritchie, he's the flank, he's also a former captain. He will be playing in the test match again against England, so he strengthens the team. And also South African-born Kyle Steyn, he's a wing, he plays on the wing, and he will also be in the team that face England. And that kickoff time is 6:45, 6:45 Saturday, and they're also playing for the Calcutta Cup, rich in history. That is Scotland against England. Other games in the Six Nations over the weekend is also on Saturday. It's Ireland that will host Wales. That kickoff time is 4:15, and then it is on Sunday. It is France that will host Italy. That is all Six Nations rugby in Europe. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day and sport weekend, and we talk international sport again on Monday. Goodbye.
Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook on all NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, which is called Oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 as well as GoTV channel 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. Please don't end your day without us. Good night.